And back to you for the third pick.
That would have been my pick at 2 had you picked not him at 1.
Hmm.
So I think kind of on the same page here. This is where things get different for
Let's
me, right?
go.
So, and this probably doesn't come as a surprise for you because you kind of called this last 2 weeks ago. We talked about it. A guy that you said this is going to be your favorite guy. Um, talk the at least mention of the fact that it's never happened before. Prep righty's never gone number 1 overall.
Let's go.
Uh, is the chance that a prep pitcher from California named Seth Hernandez going to be that guy? Probably not. But will he likely be the first prep pitcher off the board in the top
Hmm.
5? Likely. Again, we talked about ceiling. This guy has it, has the right frame, um, and so that to me is an easy one. Even though he's number 7 on your board right now and as low as in the 20s on some boards,
Hmm.
Seth Hernandez for me, another prep and my first pitcher.
I love that, Jeremy. And you're actually foreshadowing moves and updates to the board because a bunch more draft rankings came out this week. Seth Hernandez is up to 5. So he is moving in the direction you want him to. Been up to 100, struck out 11, I want to say, in a complete game effort at NHSI in the last week, which is a big USA Baseball high school tournament in North Carolina. I like that pick a ton. He's another name who I would feel fairly convicted is going to go in the top 5 as well. So I think that's a great pick. I'm on board with all of these so far. I am going to pivot away from college and go prep. I'm going to dig into the prep hitting class here, and I'm going to both surprise you and annoy you because I'm going to take Eli Willits. Um, I'm going to take Eli Willits. And to be clear, there's another prep hitter who is ranked a little bit above him, who I'm sure will feature somewhere in this draft. Eli Willits, switch hitting shortstop out of Oklahoma, who reclassified from 2026 to this class. He's going to be 17 on draft day. You brought him up first, so let me give you a little bit of shine here. You brought him up as hey, this is a really interesting profile. And at first I was like, I don't know if anything about his profile kind of wows, but actually everything is just solid good. And he's so young that gives a lot of confidence that everything's going to take a step forward and develop. And so I kind of see kind of the floor here is just hopefully a solid, let's put it this way: the 50th percentile outcome hopefully is just a solid MLB regular who sticks on the dirt somewhere with a hit over power profile that feels really solid here. So I'm taking Eli Willits at 4.
So I had Willits at 4 on my board.
Okay.
With the caveat that I was not taking him because
Oh,
I was going to make sure that you took him. Uh, I just didn't think you'd do it so soon,
there you go.
and so that's great. Um, I'm gonna go away from prep. So 2 prep guys. I'm
Okay.
gonna go to the college hitter ranks to a guy that
Mm.
is kind of polarizing, and that's Texas A&M outfielder Jace Lavalette,
Mm. Okay.
who you have on your last published board number 6. And I do think the questions are real, right? But I took Vance Honeycutt with the same questions, right? Throw strikes, miss strikes,
Yep.
but does damage. Has been a little bit better lately, or at least last I looked, he had been a little bit better. I do think there's a chance that he's answers some of these questions and goes very high. And even if he drops, there's still the right profile that he's going to be, at least in my opinion, a solid major leaguer. So is he going to be the first pick in the draft? Probably not. But if he drops, is he going to make some team happy? I think there's a very good chance of that. So Jace Lavalette, uh, probably corner outfielder, corner hit, power outfield, Texas A&M.
Yep. And there's certainly so much to like in his profile, right? And I think we've talked about this before, and it's worth bringing up again. Sometimes it feels like there's a little bit of a overcorrection with certain guys to how they're doing, right? Laviolette has rounded into better hitting form in recent weeks. He's still hitting below 300, which I think is a little bit kind of unusual for a top guy in the college ranks. But sometimes there's a little bit of an overcorrection to guys. And you mentioned this, the other week. Like, he's probably still going to be a high pick. Like, there's a lot of good tools here. He's a good athlete. He has absolutely massive raw power. I think the swing and miss is the one outstanding question mark from him. Does not chase a ton.